If you're allowing somebody into your life and giving them your time and giving them your energy and letting them into your home, letting them into your bed, letting them into your intimate space, your intimate life, into your heart, if you're letting somebody in like that, but you're not first determining that there's somebody you actually want a relationship with or somebody who's going to be there for you in the long run, then you have to question how worthy you truly believe you are. What I see happening a lot is we get wrapped up with someone because we're attracted to them, because we like them for superficial reasons. And there's nothing wrong with being attracted to someone in that way. But we get wrapped up with them. We open ourselves up to them on all these levels. And then we find out that they're not somebody that we really ever wanted to be with. And in this video, I want to share a really powerful truth that you only ever find the love you believe you deserve. Now, this can be a really challenging conversation to come to terms with, and I know it's a tough one, and I'm going to do my best to share it in the most compassionate way possible. But the truth is you deserve the very best. You deserve to be loved and honored and respected and appreciated. You deserve to have somebody who's going to show up for you, who's going to have your back, that you can count on, that they're going to be there. They're going to be consistent. They're not going to make you wonder. They're going to make you feel safe. They're going to make you feel loved. You deserve all of that. And if your relationships have not been reflecting that, and this is what I want to talk about, if your relationships have not been reflecting everything I've just said, if your relationships have not been reflecting how worthy you are and how amazing you are and how much you deserve the best of everything, if your relationships are not showing you that, then you're settling for less than you deserve. And you will always settle for what you believe you deserve, or what you believe is the best out there, or what you believe is equivalent to your worth. You see, if you doubt that you deserve the absolute best, you can't expect to ever meet somebody who just wants to give you that. If you believe that love isn't real, or you believe that it's hard to find, or you believe that people are nasty, or people are liars, or people are cheats, or you believe that nobody's going to love you for you, and nobody's going to see you for who you are. Nobody's going to respect you for who you are. And if these are the beliefs that you live from, then you're always going to find relationships that reinforce those beliefs. You're always going to find relationships that validate those beliefs. And you're going to end up in relationship with people. You're going to be trying to prove yourself to them, to overcompensate for this feeling of not being enough, or to overcompensate for this feeling of not being loved or not being worthy. And this is really the foundation. And if you've been to any of our workshops, then you understand we talk about this. This is really the foundation of all toxic relationships. This is really the foundation of all dead-end or unfulfilling relationships and the repetitive cycles. You know, people get into a relationship and into another one, but they're basically the same relationship, even though they're with different people. These repetitive cycles are perpetuated by the feeling of unworthiness. Because you might have so much pain in a relationship that you can't even handle it anymore. And so you leave that person, but then you go find someone else and get wrapped up in a very similar cycle with them, because you're still reinforcing the same feeling of lack, the same feeling of not being enough, the same feeling of nobody's going to love me just for me, or nobody's going to love me just for who I am. You're still reinforcing that same feeling. People try to learn tricks and tactics and tools and skills and how to pick up somebody and what's the right thing to say and how do you talk to men or how do you talk to women. And they try to do all these things thinking that if I can learn the right thing to do, then I can have better relationships. But the truth is you will never have better relationships until you understand that you deserve them. And once you really understand that you deserve them, everybody who is going to not respect you and not appreciate you and not love you the way that you deserve to be loved becomes completely unattractive to you. You see, all those toxic things that used to draw you into a relationship with someone, what starts to happen is you start to see those things and you start to think it's disgusting. You start to think it's not even sexy anymore. It's not even attractive because you start to see it for what it is. You start to see that they're another person who doesn't recognize their own worth. And they don't recognize how valuable they are, and therefore they could never see it in you either. You see, unworthy people, or people who feel unworthy, I should say, because everybody's worthy, but people who feel unworthy attract other people who feel unworthy. And people who feel unworthy are destructive in relationship with each other because neither one of them feels enough. So they're always trying to steal from the other person. They're always trying to get the other person to make them feel better about themselves, which I'm sure you know by now that the only person who can make you feel good about yourself is you. So the first thing you have to do, the most important thing you can ever do if you want a conscious, loving, and committed relationship is to really get to know how worthy you are. It's to really get to know how you deserve the best. It's to create a standard for yourself that I will never be in a relationship with anybody who doesn't respect me. I will never be in a relationship with anybody who doesn't honor me. I will never be in a relationship with anybody who's not kind to me. I will never be in a relationship with anybody who doesn't make effort to let me know that I'm important to them, to let me know that they love me and they want to be with me. And when you start to live from the standard, you start to attract whole new kinds of people and your relationships start to transform. Now, you might think this is crazy, or you might be like, Shane, I know how relationships are. They don't go like that. You might have never experienced this before, but I promise you, we see it time and time again in our courses. When people start to understand their worthiness and they start to hold to these standards, what starts to happen is the people they've known and used to be with gravitate out of their lives, and new people start to make their way in because they only allow space for people who are willing to respect them and honor them and treat them the way they deserve to be treated and love them. And what I'd like to do is invite you to join our next Crash Course in Love. It's going to be held on January 18th. It's a 4-week intensive crash course in worthiness and clarity. It's about discovering your own worth, your own value, knowing what you deserve in relationship, knowing how to see that and recognize it when it shows up, and knowing how to go out and find it. Creating the clarity to recognize your ideal partner when you see them, and knowing how to attract them and create a relationship with them. And I would love to have you join us. Again, it's a 4-week crash course, January 18th. You can register at myconsciousrelationship.com. That's myconsciousrelationship.com. So thank you so much for watching today. You can register there. We'll see you there January 18th. Thanks for watching and take care, everybody.